We are in a period of back to school in Kenya. That is a season where kids report back to school after a long holiday, both in high schools and also primary schools. And as we were preparing, I came across so many parents, especially the ones who have children reporting for Form 1, going through a lot of buying. Is it boxes? Is it provisions that they are going to use at school? Books, some standard books like dictionaries, Bibles. And in any shop you would visit the whole of last week and the week before, were parents even negotiating for uniforms. And therefore, I thought of sharing some tips on how to handle sales negotiations, because most of the time you find the shopkeepers are professional negotiators. This is their business. But now you find some of the parents are first-time parents. They have never taken a child in class 1, grade 1, in pre-primary unit 1, or even for Form 1 in Kenya. And therefore, they are going through some harrowing experiences in terms of pricing and not getting the best offer. So what should you do to be able to get some good deal as a parent, even if you are in a sales situation? You could be a professional and you are purchasing on behalf of your organization, or even you are purchasing things for your construction site. So the first important tip is that always know your partner, best alternative in the agreed or in the negotiated agreement. Partner, best alternative in the negotiated agreement. Always know what is your partner, because when you know at what point you are willing to walk away, then the traders, the business people will not take advantage of you, because they can see you are willing and you are willing to walk away, because there are so many other alternatives. There are so many other shops that are selling the same items that you are looking for your son or for your daughter, or the same items that you are buying on behalf of the organization. So always understand and know what is your partner, best alternative to the negotiated agreement. Yesterday, I was called by a potential client who requires us to train a team on selling skills and sales management. And I remember they want them to be trained in a town somewhere in the Rift Valley in Kenya. But the kind of offer they were putting on the table was really very low. So I just calmly told him, this is the best that I can be able to do. I cannot be able to go below this, because I want to offer you quality, I want to offer you value for your money, and I want you to retain a relationship, a win-win relationship. Not that I win and you lose, or you win that I lose, or both of us lose, or so I told him I'm looking for a win-win. That is, I'm looking for a marriage, not a one-night stand, so that we can do business tomorrow and the day after. And incidentally, before I started doing this webinar, I have seen he is trying to call me, because I believe he has a better offer today than he was giving me yesterday. If I took the one he had put on the table yesterday around 6 p.m., he would have won. I would have lost. I would have gone to deliver that particular business, but I would have gone to deliver being unhappy. So always know, the first tip is always know what is your partner. best alternative to the negotiated agreement. The second tip that I would wish to give you when you find yourself in a sales negotiation situation is build rapport. Sometimes when we are negotiating, like these parents, when I looked at them, and I'm one of them, we were under pressure of time. The days are coming for the opening of the school. There are items that you have not gotten for your son or your daughter, so you feel under pressure. So when you get into any shop, any outlet, you want to ensure you get as quickly the deal you are looking for or what you are looking for and move out. However, that is the wrong strategy. The right strategy is for you, first of all, build rapport. Do what you call the opening, setting the climate. Talk to them about how is business today. Am I your first client? Try to build or comment something that you can see around the shop. Or you guys look, you are very busy now. Because when you build that rapport, it helps you in a price negotiation. You come across as an amiable and somebody who can be helped. So build some rapport. The third tip that I would wish to share with you right now as you find yourself in sales negotiations or in the future is listen actively. Listening is a skill. I have spoken about listening in another webinar, and I think I'm going to take one full webinar, and handle the power of listening. Of course, naturally, God has given us 2 ears and 1 mouth. Therefore, the understanding is that I will listen twice more than I speak. But you and me can agree that most of the time you notice you want to talk more. In this particular sales negotiation situation, listen to what the seller is saying. They could be having another good offer apart from what you are looking for, but you can only learn that by listening to them actively. And we say, don't listen preparing to make a comment or preparing to counter. Listen without prejudice. So listen actively. Tip number 3. Tip number 4 is remember to have a contingent contract, especially where the negotiation and the sales situation is involving lots of finances. For example, this person is building for you. Negotiate a contingent contract in such a way that if they don't meet the timelines, you have come up with a work plan, they don't meet the timeline, there is a penalty that they are going to be charged every day. There are penalties. So negotiate for a contingent. For us who are in consultancy, you can even ask for a deposit, ask for some commitment fee, what you call mobilization fee, before you start the project. The other, or alternatively, you can also have some timelines by when you receive the first payment, the first commitment, timelines by when you receive the second tranche of payment, and also timeline by when after delivering the contract, by when the last payment should come in. That is what you call a contingent contract. Another tip that you can use when you find yourself in a sales negotiation situation is always ensure that you negotiate the process. Discuss the process of negotiation beforehand, before you have the first meeting. Whether you are meeting online or you are meeting physically, discuss. Have somebody discuss. This is why maybe you come up with a schedule or a program. When we meet, what are the things that that are going to be on the table. So what are we going to be discussing? So when you have a negotiated process in advance, you are able to negotiate much effectively, much efficiently, because they are already known things that require to be done and to be already worked on. So you will not go there to. It's not like you are. It's not like you are. It's a trial and error. No, you already have agreed on how the process is going to be handled. Finally, the last tip that I would wish to share now is ask good questions. We say research has shown that a good question will always ensure that the other party is going to provide you with information that is going to make your negotiation position much stronger. Like if you are a parent and you are in a shop, and for example, your son or daughter is trying the uniform, keep the salesperson engaged on the qualities, the quality of the uniform, the sizes, maybe even other alternatives that he could be having. So when you ask, and ensure the questions that you ask are not the yes and no kind of questions. It is a question that is going to be answered by them, talking and creating more rapport, as opposed to just saying yes, no, I don't know, not those kind of questions. So tomorrow when you find yourself in a negotiation situation, those are some of the tips that you can use. Number one, you have said always know your partner, best alternative of the negotiated agreement. 2, build rapport. However much you are in a hurry, when you build rapport, you are likely to come across as more amiable and you'll build a relationship. 3, listen actively. Number 4, the 4th tip is always negotiate the process. The 5th tip is have a contingent contract so that in case they are not able to meet the timelines, you are covered. And finally, ask good questions. I'm sure the next time you go in for a negotiation, things are going to run much better than you found the last time. God bless you.